Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Now this video I'm going to give you an update on the Markeith Loyd case. He was back in court today, but I believe they're going to meet again on Monday. There's a few things that happened today. Now, in the last video I explained that Markeith Loyd had a particular lawyer that he wanted to use, that he wanted to represent him. The only problem is that lawyer, the judge had to make a decision because that lawyer is in another district. And so the judge had issues with that last week. So they addressed those issues again today, and the judge didn't allow Loyd to choose his own lawyer outside the district. And he said you really can't do that unless you're paying for the lawyer. So the judge will allow this lawyer if Loyd was paying for him. And the judge said that he will appoint an attorney for him, which there's an attorney in court. And Loyd wasn't pleased with the decision, and he attempted to leave at one point. I'm like, where are you going? And then the judge said, Mr. Loyd, please sit down. The judge is being more than respectful to him. And the judge said that he really wants him to have a lawyer. I would like to see him have a lawyer too, man, because they do have a lawyer there. And at the end of court, he officially kind of made the person that was standing in at first he was a stand-in lawyer, but he made him a lawyer today because they still want to go back and, the judge has to relook at the Loyd's motion to have this particular lawyer represent him. So the judge did deny it early on during the court proceedings. He denied it, but he said he'll look at it. And the judge, because there's a lot of other motions going on that the stand-in lawyer has to file, and the judge said, would you like to waive your right to a speedy trial? And Loyd said they talked to him and he said yes. So he did waive that right. And also to note that the state has filed their intentions to seek the death penalty. Well, they made their intentions known, said they will be filing for the death penalty. Because you remember earlier on, the original prosecutor wasn't going to seek the death penalty, but the governor excused her from the case. So they had a court ruling on that, and the judge said, yeah, this new attorney can come in your place. And he said that the governor had the power to do that. So they did say today that they do have full intentions of seeking the death penalty because, he's accused not only of murdering his girlfriend at the time, but also murdering a police officer. And, when you accused of something like that, oftentimes if your particular state has the death penalty, they usually go for it. Unless it's a case where you are deemed mentally incompetent. But in this case, they're going to go for the death penalty like I anticipated. Now, Loyd also made a motion, requested to have a motion that his current judge recuse himself from the case. But the judge said, well, I don't even have a motion in front of me. So how can I leave it, at least look at it if I don't have a motion in front of me? So he's going to have to file that. So now he wants the judge off the case. This is how I know that he needs a lawyer. He doesn't know what's going on in court. He's just sitting there. He tried to leave. That's not how you conduct yourself in court if you're representing yourself. He's not even competent enough to represent himself, to know that you're not even supposed to act that way. And this judge, from my opinions on him so far, he seems like he's going to be a fairly, he's going to be a pretty fair judge. But he wants the judge off the case because he probably wanted the judge off that case because the judge said that I can't have your attorney represent you unless you're paying for it. Because, according to our guidelines, we don't do that. That's what the judge is there, right? To conduct business and interpret the law. I mean, he's the person there that makes sure things go smoothly and they conduct their business in court. He oversees and, he interprets the law or whatever. So he doesn't even, I don't know. Now, if they rule that this particular lawyer that he wants can't come on the case, I don't know. I think this is just going to keep getting delayed because he's only going to just sit there. He doesn't know what's going on. If you have a family member, anybody that's listening to this, he needs a lawyer because he is up the creek. You know what creek I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about Dawson's Creek. He's going up that, not Dawson's Creek, but the other creek. I'm just trying not to cuss, but you know what I'm talking about. And they were talking about, the prosecutor said they're going to introduce motions to bring in a certain video. I think the video of him, I believe they have this on video of him actually murdering a police officer. That's deep if they had that on video. That's crazy. It's like he's a dead man walking. And so he needs some type of representation in court. You know, I know everybody has the right. I know people that represent themselves. I know people have the right. But me personally, even with my knowledge of the law, I still would like to have representation. But I know enough about what's going on for me to select a good one. You know, I think everybody should have a lawyer at their disposal if they need it. I have. Like, you just never know when you're going to need one. You just never know when things happen and you have to, people might want to sue you, or you might have to sue somebody, or you just never know why you would have to go to court. So it's always nice to have a lawyer, ready if you need them. So that's just how I see it. But that's my update today on Markeith Loyd. Now I think, but they said that I'm not thinking. They said that they're gonna meet, I believe, Monday. So that's all I have for today on Mr. Markeith Loyd. But it's bizarre. It's bizarre. I remember. I don't know if it's. I don't know which one is more bizarre. This one or Colin Ferguson. You guys remember Colin Ferguson back in the day, right? Shot up the train. I don't know. I remember that case too. This one has the potential. I don't know what Loyd is capable of in court. He tried to walk out of court today, but that's not working. Judge said, sit right down, Mr. Loyd. Sit back down. I don't know what type of, I don't know, like I read on the case a little bit. Was he under the influence of some kind of narcotic? What would make you want to go out and kill your girlfriend and she's pregnant and then go kill a police officer? What would you do? What's going on with you? I don't know. We'll see. So I guess Monday I'll give another update. All right, guys, if you like my videos, please share, and also don't forget to hit the subscription button. All right, guys, until next time, take care.